Hello, everyone, and welcome to a holiday edition of TEPSA Presents. I'm your host, Todd Nesloni, the Director of Culture and Strategic Leadership here at TEPSA, and we are thrilled to bring you a variety of conversations over a wide range of topics. And today, I'm dressed in my best holiday gear, obviously in reference to my guest today. But I am so excited to have Wade King on with us today to talk about being present during the holidays. I think it's a conversation we don't quite have enough when we focus on everything else going on and sometimes forget to be present. So before we jump into the conversation, Wade, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's up, Todd? Love that. Let me see that sweater again, just one more time. Yes, we are Power Ranger buddies forever, but dive into that some other time. But yeah, my name is Wade King. I am an educator. I have taught grades, oh my goodness, 3 through 8. I am married to Hope King, my wonderful wife, who has started or is the founder of the Get Your Teach On conferences and movements. And I'm just so blessed to be part of that. Also, I'm a dad of almost a 3-year-old in April, which is insane. Maverick King, and just running around all over the place. My wife and I have also authored a book called 2 books, actually. I forget that sometimes. The Wild Card, A Journey to Magic, and then the Wild Card Kids. And so that's who I am. That's what I do. And
and you also have co-founded a new conference coming up, right?
Yeah. So we launch our new men's conference /weekend/retreat in February 4th through 6th. It's all about inspiring and just having a community of men and kind of breaking that stereotype, and just like we're talking about today, just being present in who you are as an individual, but also being present for others. And you're a part of that too, which is awesome. Really excited about that out in Austin, Texas.
Well, Wade, I'm super pumped to talk about today's conversation about being present during the holidays, because as all of us know, with or without children at home, during the holiday season, it can be very, very busy, and we can begin to lose sight of remaining in the moment and being present for those around us. So I know for you, you lead a very busy life professionally, but you also lead a very busy life as a father and a husband, and a very active one in those two things. So I'd love to know, what does being present mean for you, and when did this kind of become something that was evident you needed to invest effort into?
Right. Oh man, I think we learn throughout our life through experiences and moments, and the good and the bad. And it's understanding what's truly important to you and to the people that you care about, and prioritizing those things. And I think it was probably about, 7 years ago when Hope and I really sat down and we're like, oh my goodness, we are investing everything into our job, and we're not able to step back. We're not able to spend time. At that point, we didn't have Maverick, obviously, but time with each other, time with Hope's parents, because it wasn't a priority for us. Even though we said it was, we weren't actionably doing that. And I think we came to the realization, number one, we were not, and you never be happy all the time, but we didn't have that joyful mindset,
right?
Because we were living to work. That was our identity. And I think that happens to a lot of us. And it's just really sitting down and making sure that as a person, number one, what do you truly value and what's important to you? And then once you decide that, obviously communicating that, if you have a spouse, communicating that person, but also your close circle of friends, right? And acknowledging that, because that will allow them to acknowledge it to you as well, and you to hold them accountable, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So what we truly decided was, hey, number one, our faith is important. What do those measurable goals look like? And so we set out measurable goals for those, and also those non-negotiables. So what are we not going to do?
Yeah.
How can we make sure that we are owning to this? And then number 2, obviously, was each other. Now it's each other, and then Maverick comes below that. But back then, it was what we did. We are servants at the end of the day. And so it's really, truly deciding, what does that look like? How can you set up parameters around that to make sure that you are holding yourself accountable to being present in the moment? And that just comes if you're able to truly invest in those aspects and carve time out and be consistent with it, be habitual with it, you're truly able to be present in whatever moment, in whatever scenario you are in during that season.
Well, I think something there that you said that was pretty powerful too was making sure that you verbalize that with the people around you, because it's one thing to set those goals within your own mind or within your own experience. When you verbalize that to others and do that with them, then you have that accountability to make sure that those things happen. So I love that. Well, Wade, you've served in an administrative role as well as in a
Right.
teaching role, and so the majority of our viewership is current administrators. So I gotta ask, being present during the holidays means that you have to set some of the work aside. So how do you rationalize in your own head that, like, how do you control that fear of the to-do list is getting too long because I'm not doing something? I could be getting things done during this time. Like, how do you, because it's easy to say, well, it's a family is important. We need to spend time with them.
Right.
But it's another thing to rationalize that with those of us who are workhorses and that we know that list just gets longer. So how do you handle that?
Man, yeah, I was an administrator. I think I forgot that on purpose for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, and again, that was one of those times to where, especially when you're a new administrator, when you're stepping into that, you are all, and that's with anything that we do. Whenever we decide to do something, we are gung ho about it because that's who we are as educators. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher or an administrator or whatever role you hold. Your first year, you were trying to prove yourself, right? Prove yourself to others, but yourself as well. And it is hard because you want to get that to-do list done and you want it to be perfect and you want it to be right. And you know what? I mean, if you can't get it done in the time that's allotted to you, yes, I know as administrators, we work from home as well. And that's just part of it. Yeah. Again, that's where that communication comes in with each other, right? With your spouse, with your friends. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. It's going to take a lot of work. Yes, I will carve out time at home to do it, but this is what I'm going to say, and this is what I'm going to stick to, no matter what. Yeah. I mean, I remember specifically because I was a director of curriculum instruction, and I would get emails at like 11. And you all know this, 11 p.m. at night, 12 a.m. the next morning, 1 a.m. And what I was doing, I was literally taking my phone into the shower, pulling up emails and answering them while I was showering in the morning. That is not healthy, right?
No.
And when I started doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an issue. This is a problem. Yeah. Nobody should do that. And at the end of the day, guess what? You're not going to die if one thing doesn't get done.
Yeah.
And I think, again, our experiences throughout our life, they hold weight in what we do and how we value things. And it's to where you have got to remember your hardest season. Mm-hmm. If you don't get this done, is it going to be as bad as your hardest season? Or are you going to experience something that's dreadfully bad for you? No, probably not. Like, probably not. So what's truly important? What can you say no to, and how can you communicate that? And that's what I did. I went to people that were above me and I said, listen, look, I am here to serve, but my phone's getting put away at this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, it can absolutely, unless there is an absolute emergency, and we all know as administrators, that does come up. But that's usually with someone's life or something that's happened, right? That's a totally different level.
So, as we wrap this conversation up, Wade, I'd love to know, being someone yourself who has made it a much more priority to be present, not only during the holidays, but just in general with those in your immediate circle, what have you found is the biggest blessing that's come from that?
Biggest blessing, I think, would be knowing that 5 or 10 years down the road, I won't have any regrets. I'm not going to regret time.
Yeah.
I spend with my son. I'm not going to result one time. I'm not going to regret that time sitting and watching movies or talking or working out with my wife. Like, I'm not going to regret that. But I'm also not going to regret the time that I'm pouring into other people, other adults, other educators, other men, because I'm doing the best that I can do with that. Yeah. That's what I'm called to do, right? And so I think the blessing is knowing years down the road, I won't have any regrets, period. when I get on my deathbed, I'm not going to have any regrets, because these are the things that are truly important to me.
Yeah.
These are the things that I've been called to do. And at the end of the day, things that don't matter, it doesn't matter if I'm present or not,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to walk through the motions. People
Well,
deserve that. People deserve your presence.
yeah.
Your family deserves your presence. The people that you are serving deserve your presence, and acknowledging them and talking with them. Not only talking with them, but asking them follow-up questions on what they're sharing with you. Like, and I can get on a soapbox all day about that. Like, pretending that you are there in the moment. While we're doing this, right now, Todd, this is a quick chat, right?
Yeah.
This is a quick, but you have asked me questions specifically on things that I have said.
Yeah.
That means that you are here with me. You are wearing a Power Ranger sweater, and that shows that you're present because you knew I was going to come on today. That's awesome, right? It's those little things that show that you're present. So I truly, truly thank you for allowing me. Everyone that, well, most people don't know, but I'm an introverted person, and so I get very nervous anytime. But it's always so comfortable talking with you, Todd, and it's because you truly are present. You do what you do. You're present in the moment. And I think more administrators, more teachers, more humans need to see that. And so thank you for allowing me to be here with you today and just acknowledging that too.
Well, thank you, Wade. You had so many good takeaways today, and I love the way that you ended with where you found your blessings, and that just there won't be those regrets of the times that you could have taken advantage. I think that's powerful, because I would much rather live with knowing I didn't get things on my to-do list than those regrets of moments I missed. So, Wade, I so enjoy following you. Anybody can follow you on any social media channel. You're all over the place to learn about all the things that you are up to and doing. And TEPSA members, we want to tell you, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you back in the new year.